So one day, she rode over there with that girl, with her friend. And the man was there, he was outside. And Nympha was in the car.
10 buckets of water, we can use one fire extinguisher.
And
a fight heartburn might take 10
got out.
throughout the day.
And
Take
Nympha
one
said, you
part.
come over there.
For easier heartburn relief, 1 beats 10. Prilosec OTC,
She
1
was
pill,
laughing
24
at the
hours,
what happened.
zero heartburn.
You ain't gonna believe it. He comes over there, trying to impress me, trying to, you know. And he said, hey, Nympha. And she said, hi. She said, how you been doing? She said, I'm doing good. Nympha said she kept staring at me. He had something to
Oh, running down the
street. Everywhere. And Nympha looked at him. He said, what kind of shit you got to do all over your face? She said, what? He goes, oh. He said, I just died, my. He said it was so hot out there. He was just
sweating. Like Rudy Giuliani.
She just laughed at her friend. You know, they had a good laugh that night.
No, that's me. I'm not talking about you. You want to make it bigger? So you guys do it. I can make that a profile. I don't know. It might be an old man who just put a profile.
I see you posting selfies every once in a while.
Yeah, he does. He does a lot of that. I don't know how to do it.
Both times I do that when I'm sitting at the
sitting there waiting in the car. Yeah.
Yeah, or at the Waffle House. I usually sit in the car waiting on her.
2-3 times a day. To water in the morning and right after lunch, and then she used to water it at night. Around 7, you know, right when it got dark. She was out there watering the front yard. She was out there watering it down. As for what she was watering, she said, well, it helps and, you know, it won't be as hot.
With Mom and them when you were a kid.
When we were kids, we didn't go to any firecrackers. Well, it seemed like it was 4th of July all the time because back then, family visit each other.
Yeah.
And they had friends come over. Mom and Dad had some friends. They would come over and they all sit there. They make some coffee and they get cookies or whatever, and they sit there and talk. And we go play outside, you know. We play till it was dark. We get underneath the house and everything. But we always, you know, it was like that, like every day.
Yeah.
When we lived in Missouri, we used to, before we met Robbie and all of them, we lived down in the country, and they had these little country stores. It was maybe around 5 blocks somewhere. We used to walk there every day, and Mom and them would give us an allowance. So we take, back then we got a nickel or a dime, that was a lot of money. So we'd go to the store, we'd collect bottles. And we'd go take the bottles and sell them because they used to give you, seems like it was 3 cents or something for each bottle. And we add it all up, and then we take turns. We go underneath the store. You know, because he was open, he had about that much. We go underneath the store, and back then, you know, the floor was made out of wood. They had crack. You could see the people walking.
Yeah.
They clap, clap, clap. Well, sometimes they would drop money because we would find money. We come out of there with around 20 cents or 50 cents. And we split that money and we go home with a little bag of candy about that big. And then we'd have a drink.
Yeah.
But we didn't, Mom and Dad didn't buy no Cokes or anything, but they didn't buy none of that. They didn't have no junk food. When we were brought up, we never had junk food. If we ate junk food, we bought it with our allowance. What we got. Well, like when we went to the movies or something, you know. But they would give us 50 cents or whatever, you know, because the movies wasn't that much. And popcorn and all that, everything was cheap back then. And we used to go to the movies and stuff and all that. And me and your mama, like every other weekend, well, you might as well, every weekend, we go buy an outfit. It could be pair of peaches and a blouse or either a dress or whatever. Well, when she bought something new, she would wear it that weekend.
Yeah.
And then the next weekend, I would wear it.
Yeah.
And when I bought something, we would share each other's clothes.
You switch them out.
Yeah, we switch them around.
Yeah.
And that way, it gave us more clothes to wear, you know?
Yeah.
But we went to the movies and stuff, and sometimes, well, Dahlia used to go. I don't know if you met her or not.
No.
Oh, that girl was a kid. She was big for her age. She was tall and big. And the girl didn't have nothing up here. She used to put toilet paper in there, you know. And I don't know, she always got herself in trouble, but me and my mama had to go bail her out. She was talking to some guys, you know, and you went to the movies, like when you went and got your popcorn before you said that, they stand there watching every girl they went by, you know. And Dahlia would stop talking to them, and we tell her, Dahlia, don't be talking to them guys, we don't even know them, you know. We never seen them before.
Yeah.
They could be Mexican food. Oh, they real nice. And yeah, right. So, me and I used to grab her by the hand politely and tell her, come on. She was stopping. And she finally come with us. And then one day, we were standing there talking to some guys that we knew. And Dahlia had one of them, like a little low-cut dress, you know. And she was standing there, and for some reason, she went like this. And she was going to give back all of them to her. And the guys looked at her. She looked at her. And then we said, come on, Dahlia, let's go. We twist her, you know, out of the way real fast, you know.
Yeah.
Before they had time to think, you know, start laughing at her.
Yeah, that's funny.
She was something.
Didn't she die in a motorcycle accident?
I know.
Oh, that was Olga.
No, this was the last time I saw my Aunt Laura, which is your daddy's baby sister. When we went to Texas. We always made a point to go visit her. Because when we used to go to place, like the Michigan, Kentucky, Ohio, and the Wisconsin, we went to so many states.
Yeah.
In Michigan. Well, anyway, they used to go with us. Because Dad had a big truck.
Yeah.
You know, and then he used to get one of them things and kind of cover it up, you know. And we all go in the back. And we also had a stop that we was taking to go from, you know, there. My grandma and my grandpa, they used to go too. And my cousin Ernie, I don't know if you met him or not.
I don't know.
No, you probably didn't meet him because I think they all practically. You probably might have met him when you were little, when you went over there with your mom.
Yeah, in the 70s.
Yeah, I think you probably met Dahlia, and you probably met Ernie and Chachi. You know, because they all used to come over to the house.
Well, the only one left is Chachi.
Yeah, that's the only one left. Well, anyway, my Aunt Lala had like a tumor, and she used to work at the hospital. And the doctor told her, you know, she needed to go and have it out. Well, she didn't want to. I think she was scared.
Yeah.
And when I went over there, we sat there talking and everything. We talked about the past and everything. She was like my second mom.
Yeah.
You know, because we all knew her since we were so little, you know. And she would sit there. She said she wasn't going to have it done. But she said, I know what's going to happen. I said, well, I know you're scared and all, but you need to go have it done. She said, I'm not going to have it done. Then she started talking and she talked about Ernie, Dahlia, Linda. She said she was worried about Linda. Linda was younger than Dahlia and I. She was married. She had around two kids. And I think her husband had left her, or either her husband was a no-gooder. Well, she said, I'm worried about her, you know. And she was worried about Dahlia, too, because Dahlia was then, she was separated from her husband, too. And then Ernie was the guy, he was always getting in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
He had went to jail so many times, you know, because he was always in trouble. And then she passed away. Because she told me, she said this was the last time she was going to see me when she hugged me. And I told her, Mama, don't say that. I said, we'll see each other next time. She said, no, I'm not going to be here. I'll be gone.
How old was she?
She wasn't my baby. 50 maybe?
Yeah.
45, something like that. She knows she wasn't that old, you know. And when she passed away, and then I think it was Linda. No, it's Dahlia. Dahlia was driving in a car. She died in a car accident. Somebody hit her. She died instantly. And then there was Linda. As a matter of fact, Linda, I think she had just went to visit Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
But she used to walk to Memphis, and I think Memphis used to visit her too. And I think she just left Memphis. She was walking home. And somebody on a dumb motorcycle, I don't know how they hit her. They were driving too fast or whatever. But anyway, she passed away too.
Yeah.
And then Ernie got hit by, he was driving a truck, an 18-wheeler or something, but he got a job driving a truck. And he had
hauling watermelon or something, wasn't he?
something like that.
Yeah.
And somebody hit him or he hit somebody and he got killed. And they showing it on the news, mind you.
Yeah.
And there was my grandma. She had to be old by then. She had to be at least 70.
Yeah.
She was sitting there and she watched it on the news.
That's how she found out about it?
Well, yeah, that's how she found out about it.
Yeah.
And then they all went like that, you know. Like my Aunt Lala wanted them, you know, because she was worried about them, you know. That was weird. I told Mom and Dad. When we lived in Missouri, we lived at this house. Well, it was an older house, but it wasn't a bad house, you know.
Yeah.
But back then, you know, they didn't have heaters or anything. But in the living room, we had one of those, you know, those old heaters.
Uh-huh.
That you have to keep wood in them or whatever.
Yeah, a wood-burning stove.
And
Yeah.
they used to keep a pot of water on the top,
Uh-huh.
you know, and let it run and to keep shaking it, you know.
Uh-huh.
So it, you know, for like a humidifier, I guess.
Yeah.
And we had, I think it was it one bathroom or two bathrooms? Anyway, all I know, we had two beds in the living room.
Uh-huh.
The boys slept in one room, and we slept in one bed, and Mom and Dad lived in the living room too.
Yeah.
And we had, back then when we had a TV there, so we used to watch TV there.
Yeah.
And then when we lived at the other, this is a long time ago. Well, when Esther and Robbie got married, they lived in the same house that your grandma used to live at. Ivy, she used to live in that house years ago.
So Uncle Robbie and Aunt Esther
Yeah.
stayed with
They stayed
Grandma.
with-
Yeah.
No, they didn't stay with them. By then, your grandma wasn't living there. Your grandma was living with Pat and Walter. Yeah, at the time. So Esther and them, that's where they lived at before they moved to Topeka.
Yeah.
Now your mama and your dad, when they got married and then Doug found a job in Topeka as a mechanic.
Yeah.
So they both headed to Topeka, and Robbie and Esther followed them.
How did he find that job in Topeka?
You know, I don't know, because all I know is that he found a job over there. So I don't know how he found it.
Maybe Uncle Walter and them told him about it or something?
Maybe, or is it the guy he worked with?
Yeah.
Chris Winslow, I think, was the guy he worked with for a lot of years. He even worked for his brother-in-law too. And maybe he heard it from him or something. Because he went in the military, that's what he took up out the military.
Yeah.
Where he was working in there. And so they moved on. I don't know whether they just moved on. They moved over there and he found him that job right away.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But
Mom used to tell us some story about a haunted house in Michigan all the time.
oh my God, yes. He was in, I don't remember the little town.
White something? I don't remember.
I can't think of the little town, but it was a big house. 2-story house. Made out of brick. And it was right next to the road. And it was mostly, there was houses, but they weren't on the top of each other.
Yeah.
And when we moved in there, we took it downstairs. And in that downstairs, it was Grandma, Grandpa, us, and my Aunt Lala, and Uncle Dick. And Ernie liked to play a lot of cranks back then. He used to pick on us.
Yeah.
And when Dahlia and I and your mama, we used to like to play. There was only one door to go upstairs. And that's the door that was in the kitchen. You had to open that door and climb up the stairs and go upstairs. And they had a bed right in front of it. Because I think Uncle Dick or somebody used to sleep in that bed, or 2 or 3 of the kids used to sleep in there.
Yeah.
So we were always playing hide and seek. We were out there playing hide and seek and everything. Well, you're in, and blah, blah. We were running around, me and your mama. Then Dahlia was hiding. We said, where's she at? Where you at? We kept looking, couldn't find her. And I still tell your mama, no, did you find her? No, I don't know where she hid at. And I said, we meet when she went that way, and when we meet with each other, couldn't find her. And then, all of a sudden, we heard somebody like running, And we said, there she goes, and we run up there. And then at the same time, Dahlia comes out. And we looked at each other. Said, Dahlia, you just came. You were hiding and you just came running. She said, no, it wasn't me. I said, what? She said, it wasn't me. And we thought she was lying. I said, are you for real? She said, no. She said she told us where she was hit, and the noise was coming from the other direction.
Yeah.
So after that, we looked at each other, we got scared. We went downstairs, and when we went downstairs, we opened the door, it happened that Uncle Zeke was there. And my Lala, and we asked, did anybody come upstairs? And they said, no, nobody's been upstairs, just y'all.
Yeah.
So
It must have been something.
Somebody was out there, running and scared us to death. We never went back up there and played. And we only stayed in that house for a run. After that, maybe a day or 2.
Yeah.
Because when we went there, we were going to go pick cherries, I believe.
Yeah.
And the man didn't have enough or something for all of us to work. So we left, and we wound up heading back with the same guy that we used to work for
Yeah.
in Beulah.
Yeah.
And we were glad that we left.
Yeah.
We said, and then Ernie used to go down there in the attic. We even found some they were cats hanging downstairs and all that.
That's creepy.
And somebody was, we was like, I don't know. And Uncle Vic said, we got to where they had one baby then. I don't even know who was the baby then, but anyway, him and then Lala took turns to fix that bottle for that baby.
Yeah.
And he said, we could hear them. It's your turn to get up and go get the bottle. No, it's your turn. And then I think Uncle Vic said one time, we heard him say, well, I'm not getting up. Because he said that he heard somebody walking around in there.
Do you remember anything about your sister Noelia?
I remember Noelia. Noelia was a year and a half when she passed away.
Yeah.
Noe and I, we kind of used to take care of her.
Yeah.
Because Noe used to change her diaper and everything. Back then we didn't have to pamper. We had to put
cloth diapers.
With pink. And so she had a crib. And we played with her and everything, and she'd be playing and stuff. She was about that big. She had like little curly hair and stuff. And then one day she fell off the crib. For some reason or another, I think Noe went out of the room, and I did at the same time. I don't know what we did together or whatever.
Yeah.
But usually we were always watching her. Well, when she fell, I remember they took her to the doctor, and after that, we didn't see her no more. So we didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
Back then they didn't take kids to the funeral and all that.
Yeah.
Now Esther said she remembered because she went to it and Elle went to it. I said, well, I don't know why Mom and Dad wouldn't
So
take her.
she died from her injuries?
No. She died from the yellow jaundice or whatever you call
Jaundice?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But ever since then, all these years, I have been feeling guilty about it. I felt like it was my fault. Because when she fell,
Well, that wouldn't have anything to do with that.
And then I talked to Noe one time,
Yeah.
a few years back maybe. We got to talking about it.
Yeah.
And he said, Roger, he said, you too? I said, why? He said, he just felt the same thing. Wait.
Yeah.
I said, well, it wasn't her fault, I learned later.
Yeah.
Like Esther and them said, no, it wasn't.
She was probably already sick.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
laughed and said, no, it wasn't your fault.
Yeah.
But she said when they took her and stuff, they found out that she had that.
Yeah.
And she had to go from there. I said, oh. And I remember Joel, my other little brother, he was born in, Noelia was from 51, I believe.
Yeah.
Joel must have been from 50, 51 or something like that. Because he was older than me, but and Robert was older. Anyway, Mama brought him home, but back then they bring in an ambulance. They roll you in the van, they bring you home,
Yeah.
So they had brought her home, and she had the baby. And I remember the baby lying, they had him in the crib. We all go over there and watch the little baby, watch him cry and everything.
Yeah.
And then about a week, maybe 2 weeks, no, it wasn't long.
Yeah.
After that, we didn't see him no more.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he had died.
Yeah.
So you didn't know.
Yeah. I remember Mom telling me that.
You would just grow up like that,
Mom, I remember Mom telling me once that Grandma went to have a baby and she didn't even know she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't know she was.
Yeah.
We didn't know because she couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Because, she didn't have her stomach.
Yeah.
It was just normal,
Yeah.
Her body was just normal.
Yeah, she's kind of hefty.
How grandma looked, She wasn't overweight and she wasn't underweight, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the way she looked. And
And
Grandma was a beautiful woman when she was young.
yeah, she was.
Very pretty.
But I know Mom told me they were all surprised the way when Mom and Grandma had to go showed up and she had a baby.
Oh, yeah, no, she had it just like that.
Yeah.
It just like, you know, we didn't even know she was pregnant. See,
Yeah.
I didn't get to meet my other two. There was Selfie and I think it was Lucas.
Yeah.
They both passed away. And I think they died too,
Yeah.
real quick. Because,
But you never had any siblings die from an accident or anything. Yeah,
No.
that's good.
no,
Yeah.
none of us had.
Yeah.
None of us had.
Yeah.
I mean, Noe and Mara had.
Yeah.
They lost a little boy.
Yeah.
When they were in Michigan.
I see. I didn't know that.
Mara was carrying him.
I didn't know that.
This is before Randy was home.
Before Randy even. Yeah.
He would have been older than Mama.
Yeah.
It was about maybe 2 years or something like that after they got married.
Yeah.
They were living in Michigan. She was pregnant. We threw her a baby. It was so sad because we threw her a baby shower and everything. She got a whole bunch of stuff
Yeah.
and all that. And then she wound up losing the baby. She kept her stuff for a while, but I don't know whether she still got some of the stuff.
So-
They said it was a little boy.
So do you have any memories of going to school with Mom?
Yeah, she was in the, because when we moved from Texas, I was in the second grade,
Uh huh.
so she was probably in the first grade.
Yeah.
And me and her, basically we had about the same friends,
Uh huh.
because the Chesters, Brenda Chester and all that, I don't know whether she ever popped up on your
Yeah. I see some of Chester
Yeah.
sometimes. Like
Mary Chester and Brenda. Mary Chester was one of your mama's friends, and her sister Brenda was my friend
Uh huh.
when we were in school. And your mama also had another friend. What was her friend? Paula Neal was in my room. Her brother, Paula Neal's brother, was in the band with Ricky Nelson.
Yeah.
He's the one that died, got killed.
Yeah.
Anyway, she knew her. Well, anyway, her and I think it was Mary Chester. They went around singing. What songs they used to go singing all the time? It wasn't my boyfriend's dad. It was Soldier Boy. They used to go around singing that song. And they had another favorite.
Mom used to sing "Going to the Chapel."
Going to the chapel.
Yeah.
She used to love that.
Yeah.
She used to like to sing that song. And there was another song that we all liked. And her and this girl used to go around singing it all the time. And me and her, me and her were about the same.
Yeah.
Like in friends. Like in school when we went in Missouri, you could see a little prejudice.
Yeah.
Especially if one of the kids in school her mama was a school teacher.
Yeah.
They thought they could do whatever they wanted,
Yeah.
get away with murder.
Yeah.
There was two brothers in there, Larry and what was the other little kid? I couldn't remember their last name and everything. Well, anyway, one of them had a stuttering problem. He just stuttered. Every time the teacher called him up, to say something about something, he'd get up there and stuff. And all these other kids that their parents, own land or whatever, they see them laughing and stuff. And we used to get mad.
Yeah.
There was Dale Harris. Dale Harris was one of my friends. He was smart. He always helped me, like if I needed to with my math and stuff, with arithmetic, because he was real smart at everything. He was real nice. And the two brothers, he was about 7 of us that kind of stuck in the little group.
Yeah.
Mary Chester and then there was Paula Neal, and then there was Bonnie Moody.
Uh huh.
Bonnie Moody had one of them lives. Felt sorry for her. She lived down the road from us. I think she was abused. She was being abused.
Yeah.
When I think about it now. And she was a pretty girl. She had blonde hair and long hair. She was pretty. When we had Christmas, everybody, the people that not. I hope she didn't know my name because I know she's not going to get me something nice. She's not going to think what we've been and all that.
Yeah.
Well, she happened to do my name. And she got me these two little, made out of wood. They had chains. They kind of were together. It was a little, I think it was a little dog.
Yeah.
They were pretty, but you could tell they were used.
Yeah.
And when I opened the present, I looked at her and I said, thank you, Bonnie. I said, I like him. But she said, do you like him? I said, yeah. I said, I like him. I said, they're pretty.
Yeah.
She said, well, I'm glad you did because I was afraid you didn't. I said, well, I like him.
Yeah.
And they used to pick at her.
Yeah. Well, kids still bully out today.
Clothes kind of wrinkle off and stuff,
Yeah.
Wintertime or summertime, the water would come out cold.
Grandpa and him had a Model T car.
Now, when we were back in '59 now, they did have bathrooms inside, but we never had them.
Well, in Detroit, we had bathrooms, but
when we went to Sunman,
we came to Louisiana.
Indiana, they had them, but they had them long building. They had the bathroom, they had the showers. We had to go take showers there. I didn't like it like that. You had to wash some of the people you didn't know,
Okay. We had party lines on our phone.
We used to listen to other people talk.
Yeah.
Tried to call somebody, pick up the phone. Somebody was talking on the phone already.
Yeah, they had certain rings for different parties.
Yeah.
Like we had like 3 short rings or something.
Yeah, and you hear, you pick up the phone, somebody was on the line, and they didn't get the hint, but you wanted to use the phone.
They would get mad at you.
Yeah, they want to talk forever on it, tie the phone up. And you have to tell them, hey, we got to use the phone, And they acted like they didn't want to get off.
Times have really changed.
Like when we were in Missouri, we didn't have no phone.
You had to make a phone call. What'd you do?
We really never made no phone calls. If they had to call somebody, we would go to, I guess, to the payphone or go to the guy we worked with.
Payphones were nickel back then.
Yeah, we used to have to go use it and call somebody in emergency. But luckily, we didn't really have no emergency, bad emergency back then.
We lived in Detroit. We would walk through the snow to get to school.
When when we used to go to Cooter to school, they used to give us, Dad used to give us 25 cents to eat on. We could either eat in the lunchroom or we used to walk to the drugstore in Cooter and we get us
It was a lot bigger back then?
No.
No.
The same. It was a little bit bigger. That's about.
But they had a drugstore.
Yeah, they had a gas station, a drugstore, and the grocery store. That was about it. And we used to walk to the drugstore. They used to get us an ice cream cone and a little bag of potato chips. That was our lunch. And then we'd walk. Wintertime, summertime, it didn't matter. We'd be eating ice cream. Everybody look at us. Aren't y'all cold eating ice cream? Nope. We just eating the ice cream so we could finish it before we got to school.
Did Mom ever get in fights when she was in school?
Oh, she used to be what do you say? She didn't take nothing from nobody. But she wasn't quiet.
I remember she told us one time she put a girl's head in the toilet or something.
Yeah, she did that too. And nobody, she didn't take nothing from nobody. She would tell him like it was.
So how'd you meet Uncle Junior?
When we come and pick strawberries in Louisiana.
She picked for my kiss my
We
neighbor.
picked for across the road by kids. He had 3 kids, and we picked strawberries for him, and then
We had Ernie, Chachi, not Chachi. We had Dahlia, and we had a couple
Johnny, her
other migrant
husband.
workers picking for us.
Yeah.
And Rocky and them used to come over and visit
we
with
used to
us.
go over there because we used to go over there and talk to them. They had a little shed where they packed strawberries. We would sit there
Listen
and listen to music,
records,
and stuff.
little 45 records.
Yeah. They also had this other family working for them that we knew.
Yeah, Mary and John.
Mary and John.
Segovia.
Segovia, yeah. So we used to go over there and talk to them.
Was Mom still around at that time?
Oh no, your mama
Yeah.
was married already.
No,
Wait a minute.
Randy used to like your mom.
No.
Yeah, Randy used to
that's
follow
right.
around like puppy dogs.
No, she did. She did go with us over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary
She
followed
did.
you around like a puppy dog, and Raymond
Yeah.
followed your sister around like a
Yeah,
puppy dog.
follow Noah around. Every time we went somewhere,
They were right on
Noah
behind you.
and these other Jamie's sister, Francis, they used to follow us
My
around.
lyrica, please.
We used to go to the barn
Just
and they
one.
followed us around.
Francis already had that boy.
Yeah, she did. She already had that boy.
What was his name? Bubba or whatever?
Valdemar.
Huh?
Valde.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to call him Valdemar.
And her sister, what was it, Janie, her sister?
Yeah.
I remember the first time I met you, you had all those pocket knives. You say your boyfriends came to you.
Did you guys meet on a strawberry field or something?
Yeah, we met them for
She used to come over and talk to me.
We used to go
our
over there and then
pictures.
we got to meet
Then
them
she
and
got
talk
started
to them
visiting
and
my
stuff.
sister.
Yeah. We met Judy and we used to go over there and visit with Judy.
Play cards with Judy and them.
Play with cards with her and we watch TV sometimes.
But
Was it hot that time of year?
Oh yeah, it
never
was hot.
noticed it.
It was hot, but we didn't notice it.
We was kids. We didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't date for a long time. We started knowing each other back, what, 62, 63? And we didn't start going with each other until about 68.
Yeah.
She always had boyfriends. What they cross-eyed, curly.
One of them, let me see, who was it? He was Joel. Well, his name is Joel in England. We met him when we used to go pick cherries and stuff, and when they came to Louisiana, when they had the migrant school and all that, they used to go to the migrant school. We met him, and but we were just kids, you know. I must have been what, 12, 13. And then as we got older, didn't see him for a long time. So the boy comes around over there to Missouri, and we started talking. He would go to the movie, and we met him, we'd start talking to him and everything, and then all of a sudden, he asked me to marry him. And he comes to the house. Bought him a car. He was one of those, you know, that back then they had the blue and white cars, or either blue and red, you know. I guess it was Chevrolet, I don't know. Well, anyway, he come over, and he went into that daddy. And then I told him, I said, I really don't know you. I said, I don't want to marry you. I said, because I don't know you. I said, I like you and everything, but I said, not enough to marry you, you know.
What was his name?
Joel.
Yeah.
She was in love with the guy, Ramon Mendoza.
Ramiro
They
Mendoza.
cheated on her.
Ramiro Mendoza.
She had a picture and everything else.
Yeah, he was something else.
So were you there when my mom met my dad?
Yeah.
Where'd they meet?
They met, well, we met your grandma and all of them, you know, before, you know, while we knew him already for about maybe 2 years or something, or 3, something like that. And Because they used to pick cotton. They used to pick cotton with us. And then that's how we met. You know. When we picked cotton,
Yeah.
that's how we met Betty. And
What year did Nora and them get married?
I want to say in 63 or 64.
65.
Was it 65?
Yeah.
See, I couldn't remember if it was, you know. I kept thinking it was 63.
It was on 51st anniversary.
Oh, it was 65 then.
Yeah, that's what I said. We knew you before they got married.
Yeah, because
they
I remember she went to Louisiana with us, and that was 62.
Picked for my kiss then.
Yeah, it was 62. And she was still with us. So.
And then one year, Esther and the kids came down, not Robbie.
Yeah, it might have
Robbie
been
had a
60.
motorcycle accident.
It must have been maybe in 65 or something like that.
Yeah, because Robbie had that motorcycle accident, got hurt in the motorcycle.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Because Esther and them had to rush back home when he got hurt.
Yeah.
And that's when that baby, we was all scared to death. We thought she had drowned in the pond and all
Yeah,
that.
because his daddy had a pond.
Yeah, but she fell asleep in a damn
He
little
wasn't
strawberry row.
staying. Come to find out he fell asleep in one of the strawberry
Yeah,
rows.
we all worried.
We went in the field and he was sound
And Dad
asleep.
filled in the pond after that.
Who was it that was asleep?
Rodney,
Oh,
I
yeah.
fell asleep.
And Dad filled in the
us to
pond
bed.
because it got so upset he filled in the pond with birds.
Yeah.
Did Esther go out and pick strawberries too?
Nah, they just came down to
She
visit.
just went to visit.
Like I said, she had to leave early because Robbie got in a car, a
when we-
motorcycle accident.
Back then when we picked cherries,
Mm-hmm.
we used to pick cherries. You would think I would be picking on the bottom, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The bottom because I was short, you know? But we used to get them big trees. Tall trees. I mean tall. They had cherry more on the top. We used to get these great big ladders. And when we got, because when you got, after you finish that, then you could go get another one.
Yeah.
Each family got one roll, and that's what they picked. Until they got done with it, then they went to the next one. So, I had to get it. I was the one that got climbed way on the top in that ladder.
Yeah.
And then I had to come down with the bucket. We had like a thing to hold the bucket, you know, strap thing to strap. And we hold the bucket. When it was full, we come down with it. And we holler, and Dad would be down there, you know, so we could give him the bucket and he'd get it off. So one day I asked him, I said, Dad, why do I have to climb way up there all the time? You know, why can't Noe or somebody else do it? He said, because you're the smallest of everyone. He said, you don't weigh that much, and you can climb up, it'll be okay. I said, wow.
What was the worst thing you remember? What's the thing you hated doing the worst as far as picking stuff?
I think it would be peaches.
Peaches?
Yes. We didn't pick them but one time because the peaches, when you got them, they each in your hand.
Yeah.
We also picked potatoes. You had to get
You
them
had
out.
to dig
They would be in the
potatoes.
ground.
Yeah, he had to dig a potato.
Yeah. They had to dig them out.
We used to raise
cucumbers.
potatoes.
We picked cucumbers too.
Baby looks like Ignacio.
Mm-hmm.
The baby looks like Ignacio.
Oh, yeah. So what was Christmases like?
For Christmas, when I was little, all I remember, I only got one doll.
Mm-hmm.
And Nora got one doll too.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, she had a person face. She had a yellow dress and her little booties. And your
I
mama,
forgot what it was. I had the hand
Your
signal.
mama-
She put her hand in
your
it.
mama
Stop
had
it.
black hair, and she had on a little bonnet. I think it was white.
Uh-huh.
And then the dress was polka dot. It was white with red polka dot. And little white shoes. That's the first house that we ever got. We used to get socks. We used to get a lot of socks for Christmas. Or we get a bag of one apple, orange, and you know them candies that curl, they're like peppermint, they curl, they're all big and orange.
Yeah.
Okay, the bag used to put it in there. The bag that mix some flavors in there. Big bag. And we didn't really get that much. No toys. We never got no toys. Just that chocolate got the doll. And if Dad would see that other people couldn't afford to give their kids any Christmases, me and my mama used to go buy like a pair of socks or something, you know, to give them kids. Just so they had something to open for Christmas. Like some of their friends and stuff, you know. But we were happy with what we got. We didn't say we don't like that or whatever.
That's because you only got something once a year.
Yeah.
It ain't like kids nowadays. They get something every day.
Yeah.
They don't appreciate birthdays or Christmas.
Yeah.
Back then, that's the only time you got anything. We really didn't get anything on birthday, just Christmas. For Christmas, back then, everything was cowboys.
We didn't get nothing
So
for a birthday.
we would get gun holsters and a Tonka truck.
Yeah.
That's what we just give Christmas.
We didn't really get that much, but it seemed like everybody was happy and all the whipping. It was bad. One time, he climbed underneath Grandma's house. I don't know what he did. I think he was doing something. Grandma told him not to do it or something, and he kicked Grandma on the leg. It went like that. And Dad saw it and said, Lonnie, don't you do that no more. I saw you. And Grandma said, oh, that's okay. Because Lonnie used to be his favorite.
Yeah.
For some reason, for grandkids, it seemed like he was his, Lonnie was his favorite. She loved him to death. And she said, don't give him a spanking, it didn't hurt. He grabbed him. And she said, it didn't hurt. And he would go underneath the house. Come on out of there, you don't come out. You're going to get a worse spanking than what you were going to get if you don't listen and come out. He wouldn't come out. He was scared to get that spanking. He knew he was going to whip it. Finally, Dad got the water hose and praying till he finally come out, you know. And then he got a whipping.
You talking about Uncle Albert?
Oh yeah, he always got a. It seemed like he always got a spanking when he was a kid. Sometimes I felt sorry for him. Like your mama said, I felt sorry for him. He was the one that got all the whipping, you know. And they knew better. They didn't touch us. Like, we tell them to shut up or whatever, leave us alone, and they would get mad at us, and they pretend like they're going to hit us. They knew they couldn't touch us. So we go tell Mom and Dad, and they knew they get a whipping, you know. So they never laid a hand on us. We really all got along good. Like I said, Albert, you know, was the only one. And Noe was the one. He loved to iron. He stand there and he'll iron, you know. And me and your mama, we would help Mom when she washed clothes, because they had to be washed by hand back then with one of the washing board. And we go over there and help her. And sometimes, you know, Nora would be out there hanging them, or either I'll go hang them. You know, we tried to help Mom as much as we could. And we didn't just hang the clothes, just hang them. Yeah, you see people now hang clothes, they look so ugly. We used to hang ours in order.
Yeah.
Like if you had pillowcases, all of them went together. Sheets, all in one line. Pillowcases, pants, we all hang them with one here, one clothespin here, one clothespin on the wrong side. Because Mom said if you hung them out like this, the sun would wear out the color.
Yeah.
It would wear it out. And if you wash out a shirt the same way, we would hang the shirts on the wrong side. We hang all the shirts together.
They didn't have washing machines.
All the blue jeans together because we didn't have a washing machine.
They used scrub boards.
Yeah. Finally, I think Mama got one in '59, I believe. That old machine, you know, but we still had to.
One of those round ones with the ringer on it.
She still had to take them out, and she still had to rinse them in these big tops. And then we take them and we rinse them with our hands, and we take them and we hang them up. And we always like to do it early.
What'd you do in the wintertime?
Same thing.
We still did it. If it was
But you know
freezing-
down
if
south
it was
Texas,
freezing
stay
outside,
warm pretty much year
if it
round.
was freezing outside, Mom put a
So you
line.
went to Texas in the wintertime when there wasn't time to pick cotton or anything?
We stayed in Missouri.
Oh.
Oh, I
year
forgot.
round.
Yeah.
No. We had the house in Texas, but we left Texas, like I said, when I was in second grade. So I was probably 6 or 7, something like that. That's when we came to Missouri. And after that, we didn't go back. And Dad still had the house, so him and Mom and
Is that the house that they had till they passed away?
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
this
it's
is another house.
Oh, okay.
Because they used to be right next to Grandma.
Oh, okay.
It
That's
was
right.
like,
yeah,
it
but-
was like what do you call them, shotgun houses? Long.
Shotgun? Yeah.
We had the living room, the bedroom, and the kitchen was in the back. And that's where we all lived. And we didn't have an inside door. We
Yeah.
had to go use Grandma. She had one. So we always run over there and use Grandma. And poor Grandma, felt sorry for her. Because, like, my Aunt Lola's kids and my Aunt Lucas,
Mhm.
oh my God, Aunt Lucas' kids were bad.
Yeah.
It got so bad that I begged Dad. I came out and told him one day, and that time, you know what was about it? We used to go with them to this store in Kudu. That it was the only grocery store, and they also sold clothes.
Yeah.
We used to go with my cousin Yolanda.
Mhm.
She was around the age, and she was came out with stuff. Oh, look what I got! Look what they gave me. She said
She'd steal.
she was stealing.
Shoplifting.
She would put it, she would pick up her, if she had pants, she'd pick them up, stick them in there, or stick them in her drawers if she had a dress. She always come out with something, and Dad would always give us money, so we kind of put what little aside, and that way when we went somewhere, we could buy candy or whatever.
Yeah.
So back then, you could buy kisses and everything. They were cheap. Or was it a penny for the pads?
Yeah.
And you can buy one of the Snickers bars or whatever for a penny. Everything was cheaper. But
Mom always drove it into me that to always eat the meat off a burger when I was a kid. She said, if you're going to eat anything, to at least eat the meat. She said you guys didn't have meat much when you were a kid.
No, we didn't. No. And
Said you
this-
would have hamburgers on the weekends, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
we were lucky.
Yeah.
But anyway, this girl would, every time she went over there, I don't know how much she stole out of that store. Finally one day, I told Dad, I said, Dad, I told Mom first. And she said, well, go tell your daddy. So I went and told him. And I thought he was going to get mad. And said he was going to force us. Because I was going to tell him, no. I was going to put my foot down. Now I was probably around maybe 12 or 11 or something.
Yeah.
And this girl was around my age and she already learned how to steal.
Yeah.
So I told Dad, I said, Dad, he said, what? I said, I hate to tell you this. He said, what? I said, I don't want to hang around in Lucas' kids no more.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go visit them or anything. And he said, why? I said, because I don't like to hang around anybody that goes in the store and they steal stuff. He said, what do you mean steal? I said, well, they walk out with stuff, and then she said she got that. They gave it to her. I said, what she did, she walked out, she didn't pay for it.
Yeah.
I said, what if she would have got caught? And then the only thing that he asked was, what about you and Noah? Did y'all take anything out of the store? Steal something? We said, no, we pay for our stuff. We
Yeah.
always pay for our stuff with the money you gave.
Did your cousins ever get money from their parents to go get something?
No,
They just
they just told what
They
they
had
wanted
money,
because
they had-
they learned when they were little. I guess they could do that, and they started doing it and getting away with it.
Well, I remember one thing I remember about a trip when we went there in the 70s. Mom had She had said something about some cousin there. Watch out, because they would steal stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't hang around them. That was probably the same one that was in Lupe's kids. And who was it? Somebody was living over there in Arkansas. And the cop told your mama that they were bad. That they were selling drugs or something. And I told her, I'm not surprised, you know. I can't remember her name. I think it was one of Aunt Lala's daughters.
Her mom told me she had
Granddaughter.
cousins living in Chicago.
They were bad. When I say bad, they're bad. The two older ones, the older guy, Nito, well, he was around L's age. He used to make his trip from Texas to Chicago. Texas to Chicago. That's because he would deliver drugs.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Because we went over there one year, never saw these people. And we went over there and he happened to come by. I guess he found out we were there. And he happened to come by, he had a brand new truck. He had just got it. And I told Mom and them, I said, well, Nita got a new truck, he's got a nice truck. She said, yeah. I said, what kind of work does he do? Mom said, well, you don't have a job. I looked at her, well, I said, he don't have a job. I said, you know what he's doing, Mom? I said, he's running drugs. She looked at me. And then Dad happened to come in the kitchen. So they're discussing. I said, yeah, I said, but what do you think they're doing? Even in Lupe and Uncle Julian, no. They doing drugs. They selling drugs. I said, that's how they got all that. They had apartments in Chicago.
Yeah.
And they worked in the factory. Of course, they worked in the factory for years, but I know that's where they got the money to buy the apartment. They were doing drugs. They might be making round back and forth. And Dad heard me say that. He said, Martha, don't you ever say that. Don't ever talk about them. Tell anybody about them, what they're doing. Because he said, they're dangerous people. I said, Dad, I turned around and I looked at him. I stood there. I was kind of like his mama. I said, Dad, I'm not scared of them.
Yeah.
He said, look at me. He said, well, you better be scared of them. I said, well, I'm not. I said, they ever go over there. I said, they messing with the wrong person.
Yeah.
I said, I met Carlos Marcelo. I said, how bad can you get? He was one of the biggest mafia.
Whatever happened to them? Because of that, you know.
Well, and Lupe died, Uncle Julian died, and the oldest girl, the one that was doing it, her husband was bad. He was into it too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was bad too. Well, she died, and then I don't know if Julian's dead now or not, but he was doing bad the last time we saw us. He didn't even remember who he was. He sat there.
They still live in Chicago?
No, he lives in Michigan.
Okay.
He lives somewhere in Michigan. I don't remember the town. We went to visit him. We was around, I think it took us an hour and a half to get there.
Yeah.
When we got there, he was living with his daughter. They had a porch. He was sitting outside. He was walking with a cane. We got there. Nympha was with us that time. And we got there. And we said, hi, Nito. I said, do you remember her? He looked at her like he wasn't all there.
Yeah.
And I said, you remember Aunt Raquel? I said, you used to call me Chaparra, which was Shorty. And this is Lonnie. I said, you got to remember him. And he named him. Then he said, yeah, I remember you. Like you didn't remember. Well, we talked for a little bit and it was hot outside. Then he said, why don't you go on in?
Yeah.
So we went in and somebody came from downstairs. It was his daughter or grandchild, I don't know. And she said hi. We said hi. And a bunch of dogs, they had running back and forth. And we kept looking at each other. And they said, she looked at us like, who are you people? We never done it. And then we told him, you know, we were doing something. She said, oh, your grandpa, is talking. We said, yeah. And we sat there, I swear, we sat there half an hour.
Yeah.
And Julian, because he told us, go on in, walk on in.
Yeah.
I'll be there in a minute.
Uh-huh.
He never did come in.
Hmm.
I looked at him and I looked at well. And I told him, I said, well, I said, he told us to come in about half an hour ago. He's still sitting outside. I bet you don't know who the hell we all here had.
Was there
no
anyone in
clue.
the house?
Well, we told one of the girls. Another one came down from the stairs. And I said, look at us. And I told who we were. I said, Julian was supposed to come in here. He told us to come in. And we've been sitting here waiting for him. Oh, let me go get him. Finally he went and got him. He was still outside.
Yeah.
So he forgot. And then we sat there talking. We talked for a little bit. And when we left there, I told her, I said, and he even went outside and waved at us when we were leaving. Like, waving, who the hell are you people? I don't know you people. And Nympha cracked up. She said, I bet you you're right, Rocky. I said, I know I am.
And this was recently, because you said Eric went with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was about what? Oh, God. Maybe, when we went to Michigan, that's when Jimmy got married.
Yeah.
That's when we went over there. So what was that, 5 years ago or something? Something like that? Somebody said that he had died. Somebody said he was still alive. No, they were big involved with all that stuff, so we didn't hang around. And I told Mom and Dad, I said, if they ever make a trip to Louisiana or pass by there, I said, don't show Daryl, give him a address. Because I said, I don't want him around me. I said, I don't want to get involved with that mess.
Yeah.
You know? That's it.
Did you and Mom ever go on double dates with your teenagers?
Yeah, what double dates for us was when we went to the movie and we sat there watching the movie and the guy was sitting next to us, you know. That was double date. Now when we got older, we went to that little place, they call it the Hut, but we just sat outside and talked. You could buy sandwiches and ice cream there, a lot of the teenagers would hang there. But
This is in Missouri?
yeah. And when Elle dropped her by, Dad would give Elle money to put gas in the car. But when he dropped us off, he looked at her and we say, what?
He wanted more money. I was going to
He
say,
wanted more money.
Mama would tell us.
Yeah, he would squeeze more money out of us.
Yeah.
He said, if you don't, he said, I'm going to tell Dad that we were talking to boys at the movies and stuff.
Blackmail.
Because he said, you know I'm supposed to be keeping an eye on you, girl. But if you give me my money, I won't tell. I told him, dang, because Dad didn't talk that much back then. To fill up the tank. They used to go driving around, him and his friend, and they used to tell us some of the stuff they did. One time they went, they had a bad, but it was at night, they were knocking mailboxes. I told her, why would y'all want to do that? I said, well, it ain't no fun. I said, you tore up somebody's mailbox. I said, that's against the law.
That's a federal law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, well, he was fun. I said, well, we need to stop that shit, you know. And when school started in Missouri, you know, when they changed it for the black to come to school with the white and all that, oh my God. That was sad. Because the way they treated them kids, just because of their color, you know.
Yeah.
And you know what one of them said? I'll never forget this. Stood there and they would say, I don't know why y'all come here. Y'all should stay at y'all's country. We don't want y'all around here like that, you know. And we tell them, leave them alone, you know. Leave them alone. Why are you picking at them? Leave them alone. They're like all the rest of us, you know. Leave them alone. And one of the kids told them, We didn't want to come here. We didn't want to come with y'all. We wanted to stay at our own school, but they made us. They
Yeah.
forced us to come with y'all.
Yeah.
Don't think we like being around y'all. You know,
Yeah.
like that. And they was little kids. So I
Yeah, Mom
couldn't
told me
imagine.
they used to have to go to separate schools.
Yeah. They even had, when you went to the bathroom, they had separate bathrooms. They couldn't sit with us in the movies.
Yeah.
They had an upstairs.
Yeah.
They had to go upstairs to watch the movie. They couldn't mix with us, you know. And when they went to the restaurant to eat, I don't think they could go inside. They had to order on the side or something, walk by and tell by the window what they wanted or whatever. It was bad, you know, that water.
What were Thanksgivings like?
Thanksgiving, well, Mama would cook something, you know. She would cook a meal and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
We were brought up with rice and beans
Yeah, Mom told me that's all you guys ate was a lot of rice and beans.
and
Lots of rice.
potatoes. She would cook potatoes like mixed with cheese, or either she would fix them with a little tomato sauce just to give them color, a little bit of water, and mix onions with it and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And if she had any kind of meat, she'd chop it up, put a little of it in there, and she fixed a big pot of it for everybody. And she would fix a pot of it too, and they'd be gone. But for work, when we went out and worked in the field, we each would take around 2-3 sandwiches for
Yeah.
lunch. That's what we would eat all during the week. But when we had to work Saturday, Dad would go out to this little store and he would buy pressed ham or either salami and bread. And we fix some sandwiches with mustard.
What kind of sandwiches did you eat during the week?
We didn't eat it during the week.
Oh,
Not no bologna and
Yeah.
pressed ham, no. Because it was expensive. We only did that on weekends when we had to work on Saturday. That was a treat. That sometimes we even buy us a drink. We didn't keep no drinks at the house. One time it was me. I was so bad. They had Janie's sisters, older sisters, and her mom and dad, and they were coming over to visit or something. Dad and them went and got some drinks. They got Pepsis or whatever, and they said that's when they come over, you know. Don't y'all touch it. Well, they never bought it for us, you know.
You knew someone was coming over.
Yeah. So what I did, I went and got the drinks and I hid them. Dad got mad at me. And Mom. Yeah, that wasn't nice.
What about your grandma's mom? My great-grandmother. What do you know about her?
Mama's mama? Honestly, I didn't know too much about her. Because at the time, when she lived in Mercedes, and then I think at the end, she was living in Corpus.
Where?
She lived in Corpus Christi.
Oh, Corpus Christi.
She was living in Mercedes. We went to visit her when I was little. I must have been maybe 6 years old, 7, something. I remember I was little. She lived in a white house with a picket fence. And
Was she from Mexico?
no,
Oh.
no, Mama was from the States.
Yeah, but
Grandma was from the States.
Mercedes.
Yeah.
What about her father? You don't remember him because he passed away.
I didn't
yeah.
get to meet him.
Yeah.
I never met him before. But I finally went to the cemetery and see where they're buried. Grandpa, he's got a thing,
Obelisk.
like a tombstone, you know. It's a tall one, about as tall as I am. And then it's got his picture in it. And then it's got his name, but it's big.
Yeah.
And then, like, he's right here, and then Grandma's buried over here on the other side. I guess they couldn't get apart.
She never remarried.
No. And she got buried there. And then I noticed Mama's sister got buried there too, and her husband.
Yeah.
I told Mama, why the hell did she get buried with Grandma? But see, I didn't like her. I almost run her out whenever she went to the, I think it was the hospital when she went. I almost told her off. But no, he said, don't tell her nothing. I said, that's the problem with y'all. I said, somebody needs to tell that bitch something. I said, I don't want her around. Because her and her husband took advantage of Dad. Dad had a rifle and a gun that he had for years. And they got it from him. And they were supposed to pay him for it. They never paid him for it. Mom said that she never took the money and paid it. I said, well, that was ugly of them. But that's why I never liked it.
What about your uncles and
On Mom's side,
Mm-hmm.
she had brothers. She only had two sisters, Olivia and Juanita. And Juanita died. I didn't get to meet her. She died when she was, I think she was 21, 22.
I know Mom said she loved her Aunt Olivia.
Huh?
Mom said she loved Olivia.
She wouldn't have loved her at the end.
Yeah.
I don't think she did after. I think she was still alive.
Or maybe it was her cousin Olivia? No, I think it was her Aunt
No,
Olivia.
that's only Olivia. It wasn't Olivia.
Oh.
It had to be her.
Said that
She was nice, but I mean, I didn't know her that good.
Mom said that she always thought that they looked alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she did look a little like your mom. Her eyes, you know. She did look a lot like her. But I never, after that, I hated her. And I heard what she did. Her and her husband. You know, what kind of people go do that to somebody? And then I think they probably stole the rings that he had too.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't find him either. And God knows what else they stole.
Yeah.
When Mom told her back. And I told Mom.
So what about your other uncles? And
Her other uncles, Dad didn't like him.
Yeah.
Because one of them laid a hand on Mom. Mom had a scar on her face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was right here or right here, like a scar, for one of the brothers hit him. I think it was Mike that hit him. So Dad didn't like him. At the end, now he started talking to Uncle Saba, her older brother. We go visit him and stuff, you know. But he wasn't really crazy about it.
What about that guy that came over when Grandma had passed and you signed all those papers? Who was that?
Oh, that was Dad's cousin.
That was who?
Dad's cousin.
Oh, okay.
He was Chavez, I believe.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer. His dad used to be I think he used to be the DA. Apology.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. He's not around. His dad is not around anymore.
Yeah.
We used to go visit them when we were little.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got there, first time we went, we told Dad to tell us that he had guns around the house.
Yeah.
He said all the other kids know about it, not the council and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we went over there one time, and Noe and one of his grandkids, or well, kids or whatever, must have been his grandkids.
Mm-hmm.
They had, you know, they wander off. Well, anyway, Noe got a hold of a gun,
Mm-hmm.
and he tucked it and pulled it, but he didn't hurt nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So he was lucky. But I remember that. They were real nice people. And Dad had a half-sister. I don't know where she lived at. I think she lived in Progressive.
Yeah.
She was like in the country. That's all I remember. She lived in the country. We went one time to visit her.
Mm-hmm.
That I remember that I went. Yeah, it was that good.
But your dad was born in Mexico. Grandpa was born in Mexico, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, Grandma was born in Mexico, I believe.
Yeah.
And Grandpa, I think he was born here.
Yeah.
I don't think he was in Mexico.
So my grandpa's father was born here.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he was born here. My dad's father, real father, was from Mexico. When he died, I think he left something for Dad. And I don't think his dad was really died. You know. Because I think he had land and everything. But Dad never went. So, I don't know what happened. Probably one of the other kids got it. So he probably probably got half sisters and half brothers somewhere over there.
Yeah. So you still got an aunt that's still alive.
Just one.
Yeah.
My dad's sister.
Clementine? You said
Huh?
Clementine?
Yeah. No, he had them Francis.
Are they the ones that live in Great-Grandma Regina's old house? Grandpa's mother? Did they live in her house? Who lives in her old house?
Well, the one that lived in that house was Aunt Clement's son, older son.
Oh, okay.
Wife. See what they did? They tore that house down, but they never did tear the shed that Grandpa used to go sleep in.
Mm-hmm.
That shed is still there. Still there. They never tore it out. It's still there. So they tore the house down and built another one. And then I heard that there was a big fight, and Clement wanted them out of there, and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that she didn't get the land. They told her that it was legally Pepper's land. And I think she got pissed. See, she used to steal stuff. Every time we came up north, Mom would have these big barrels, very big barrels, you know,
Uh-huh.
with a top. I think that's where they got flour. When they bought flour, they bought a big thing so they would last all year, or half of the year, to last a long time. And Mom would put knickknacks in there, and she put like sheets and all that stuff when we come up north. She would put stuff in there.
To store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we come back, she would get it out and put it out.
Yeah.
And Aunt Clement was going through her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because years after that, maybe 15, could be maybe before Dad died, we went over there and I saw there in the kitchen, I saw my little doll chair. It was a little blue doll chair. And I saw it there. And I looked at it and I told Aunt Clement, I said, where did y'all get that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got that from Elisa.
Mm.
I looked at her and started to say, you lying bitch, that's mine. Because I recognized every little scratch she had in there. Because Esther had put her name in hers.
Mm-hmm.
She put a stamp.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got that, but I think I gave it to Angie. I don't know if she still got it or not.
Yeah.
She should not, if she got rid of it, she shouldn't have got rid of it. Because that thing was old.
Yeah.
You have to be every bit of 70-something years. Well, anyway, she said, oh, I got that from Elisa. Oh, that made me mad. That's when I stopped going over there.
So did you guys ever get any kind of discrimination, for being Hispanic, Mexican, whatever, when you were a kid, in Missouri or anything?
No, they never, like said stuff to us or anything. They just gave you that look, that you knew, that they thought they were better than you were.
Yeah.
Ohio was bad.
Yeah.
I didn't like Ohio.
Yeah.
Because you could see it there.
Yeah.
They're all the white people, only love with black people.
Yeah.
Boyfriends and girlfriends, they were all black.
Yeah.
But yet, when they saw Mexican, they rolled up their eyes.
Yeah.
That's the way Ohio was. And Kentucky, the same way.
Yeah. What'd you go to Kentucky for?
We went there to pick strawberries, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't go for that long. I think we only went one time. We went there to pick strawberries, and I didn't like it.
I remember we went to visit Grandpa and them. They were at a camp over there in Indiana, Hammond, Indiana. Sunman,
It
Indiana.
was in
Yeah.
Sunman, yeah. That's where they were the long tin building.
Yeah.
And then right on the other side, they had this long building.
Mhm.
That's where the bathroom and where you took your shower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did they do there? What did they pick there?
We picked cucumbers.
Cucumbers?
Now there at the end, We pick cucumbers, but we would sit on this thing. It was like a machine or something. That you would just sit on it, and then you pick the cucumbers and throw them there. And
Yeah.
And you just sort them out or whatever. Back then, that was the last time.
They still do all that stuff, don't they?
I imagine so.
Yeah.
I imagine so. They still do it.
That's what all those people that come over here,
Yeah.
you know.
They had
are
that
doing
little town sound man.
Yeah.
He was kind of cute because he looked kind of like antique.
Yeah.
All the buildings are kind of old,
Mhm.
and stuff.
How old were you when you started going on the road with them and doing all that picking and stuff? Early you can remember?
I think I started working in the field when I was 6.
Yeah.
7. Yeah, really did it.
And how old were you when you did it the last time?
Last time was when, right before Junior and I got married.
Mm-hmm.
We were picking strawberries.
Was it good money? Good hard work?
I don't know, because we didn't see how
You
much.
never saw it?
We never saw what come in,
Yeah, your dad
We
was.
only knew how much we got paid for each tray.
Yeah.
I think I still got one of the trays that you used to put the pines in and stuff. I got an old one in the back shed.
What about cotton? Was that hard?
Cotton was okay. Some of the rows were real long. You get your sack and you pick and put it in there. And then when you got it full, you take it to weigh. You just have to pick it up and put it over your shoulder. I used to pick 100 pounds. Put it over my shoulder. Sometimes it was a little bit more. But you couldn't feel it. You didn't feel like it weighed that much.
Yeah. How was Mom at doing that? Was she good at it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was good. Now Esther was good at that, picking cotton.
Esther was?
Yeah. She was good at picking cotton. Now Younger Noe wasn't. Younger Noe wasn't that good, in the field. When he was young, when he was little, he said, he didn't like to do that. Because this ain't for me, I don't like it.
Yeah.
He said, when I get older, I'm gonna get me something so I don't have to do this.
And he did.
And he did. He got over there in that factory and he worked himself out.
Yep.
And Albert could have done the same thing if he hadn't been sleeping all the time.
What about Robert? Did Robert have to do that?
Yeah, Robert went out to pick cotton, but he was slow.
He was a carrier. He carried most of the stuff for them. Just like when they pick strawberries, they put in the hand carriers and Robert would pick up the hand carriers and take them to the packing shed and stuff.
Yeah, I think he would call him the carrier.
Yeah.
What about Alma and Ninfa?
They were too young.
He was too
Yeah.
young.
They never done any of that?
Now Eddie did,
Eddie was
I
young
guess,
too.
I guess they did pick berries.
Yeah.
But they didn't pick him for too long because
they were
right after
young.
that, Mom and them, they moved to Texas
Yeah.
when they were little.
Yeah.
I remember Eddie's picture was in the Baton Rouge paper, in the front page.
I've got that scanned photo. Something
You
about
got
a
it?
migrant
He's got
school.
that little
Yeah.
straw
Yeah.
hat, and he's holding a basket.
It was
What
something about a migrant school or something.
Yeah, I think he was 5 years old.
Mhm.
And then they also had a clip of me and your mama when we were in the migrant school sitting down.
I don't recall. I've never
Yeah.
seen that. Yeah.
I had on your mama had on, I think it was a pair of shorts
Mhm.
and a little blouse, and I had the same thing, except, they was like short sleeves, and they had a collar. And I wore my hair back, back in. And your mama always had her hair loose, she just wanted to let it loose.
Yeah.
And I always kind of put mine back,
Yeah.
because I guess I couldn't stand it in my face to grow in my face. Yeah, but they put us on there.
So
I
Mom.
got that newspaper somewhere with some of the pictures.
Yeah. I like to see it.
Yeah. And I had some pictures that I was going to bring you all, and I forgot to get them.
Yeah.
That I collected when I went to Texas.
Yeah.
When Mom passed away,
Mhm.
Esther was sitting there and she said, I want this and I want that. And I looked at her, I said, Esther, you don't want that picture. I said, that you keep that picture because that's your family. That's Rodney and Joan.
Yeah.
I said, that's Wesley and Jeffrey and, Angie. I said, what do you want with them pictures? She said, well, Laura's gone. I said, yeah, she's gone, but I said, I'm gonna keep the picture. Then why do you want them? I said, well, they're not for me. I said, I'm going to give them to Wesley. When I see him, I'm going to take them. Oh, okay. And then we went through it. And when I got home and everything, I had the picture of my sister, Noelia, when she was in the little casket. I had it missing. And after wanted that, I want that picture to get there. I want it. I said, no. I said, I'm getting that picture. I saw it first.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find it. And then finally, I found it. I think it was the rest of the pictures is in there.
How old was grandmother's mother when she passed away?
My mom was young.
Yeah.
She was around 50. She looked old, but she was around probably 55.
Because I think I got a picture of them together.
Yeah. I found one the other day of her, of Grandma Dolores. A close picture, you know, of her. She always looked old. But she always wore that bun. Back then, the grandmas used to wear that bun.
Yeah.
Just like Grandma and Daddy's mama. She wore that bun all the time. That's the way the old people used to dress. And you know they had voodoo in West Lafayette?
Voodoo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mama always told us, don't be giving anybody that you don't know the picture.
Yeah.
They told me and Nora.
Well, they believed in that stuff down in Memphis.
She told me and Nora, you know. And we said, why? She said, because you give somebody your picture and then if they don't like you or they're jealous of you or something, they're going to put a voodoo on you.
Almost everybody
I got a
thinks
lock
they're
of
in
mom's
New
hair.
Orleans.
Got when she passed, I got a lock of her hair. Yeah, Jeff got one too, and I think Andrew got one. Kept a lock of her hair.
Who kept her ring?
Huh? I think Angie got all those.
It should have been divided.
I wanted the necklace that she had, that she was wearing the day she passed, but I didn't get it either.
You should have fought for it. You should have had it. Just like his sister. It pissed me off, you know. Because when Lucia was alive, me and him was the one that looked after her. She moved in with us and stuff. We took care of her till the day she passed away. When they said, you know, she didn't have too long, we brought her home. That's what she wanted. We put her in the living room. We got a hospital bed. We took turns. Mostly it was him, because he wanted to be there, you know, with her. He liked to drink, you know. Well, don't be there. We're going to go too much. The weather was hot. He said that damn barbecue heat is probably going to be all burned. Like it always is, you know.
Yeah.
Because he starts drinking and then he forgets to go wash the whatever he's barbecuing. And sure enough, that was Friday.
Overlooking the acres of fields in Proctor, Arkansas. You can only imagine.
We went over there.
Again, making the air a bit less humid.
215.
We're shifting clouds and freezing in Gulf, Mississippi.
We went over there,
Should be a straight
and
shower
guess
around
who
us.
got
Really
that
not
phone?
much any chance for rain
And,
for most of us we go through tonight.
We walked in,
So to
we
wake up
sat
off
down, and
Saturday
we was
morning,
talking,
it's the
laughing, and then,
sunshine, temperatures,
you know, they had
in the
other
upper 60s,
dogs, you know.
Yeah.
Your mama had one, you know,
We'll
and
see
they
if it
had
goes
that
sunshine
big
tomorrow,
cat.
temperatures climbing
And
back.
one of them
We
went
got
over there and
rain,
jumped
low
next to me,
90s
and I
again,
patted
not
him, and I
bad. Given
played
where
with
we've
him.
been
And
at
Yeah.
night, and then Sunday,
then
very similar weather. Low 70s in the morning,
your daddy
mix of
saw-
clouds and sunshine in the afternoon, a touch warmer
got over
Sunday,
there, and he
high 2
walked.
degrees, but
He
still
looked at me, and he started
lower 90s
growling.
with
Yeah, that dog was
average
mean.
heat
Like he
this
was
time of year.
pissed or
Because
something.
humidity
He snapped at me one time
Yeah,
at
and
the
I
house.
told-
make it feel a
No,
lot
I
more
said,
tolerable
what's wrong
for
with the dog? I
certain
said, I didn't
weekends.
do
So get
nothing. I said,
outside, do what you need to do,
oh, I
and
said, maybe he
plans
got
all
jealous
together.
because I petted
Good weekend
the other
for
dog.
Yeah.
And he didn't get petted
And
first.
we're looking at
Maybe that's what he's mad about.
which will impact
Yeah, but that dog, he was
Right now,
something though.
this storm is
We tried to bite just about everybody.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, he snapped at me before too.
I think he took a grab of Jimmy.
Yeah.
Where they were in the board, he took a grab of Jimmy's flag.
process will begin soon though because it's moving back.
There it is.
Yeah.
Latest tomorrow night,
Your
it
mama-
will make landfall
your mama
still
said-
anywhere from
really Galveston to as far as
That would go from the,
so the whole
she
Texas
said, there he
coastline
goes. I
should be
said,
prepared
what?
for
Taking the
potential
damn
hurricane
dog
coming
with
in.
him.
Yeah.
He goes everywhere with him.
And it's going to start to make a turn to the
And
north
then I
and
said,
east, and that one
when you
has
go
some
with
weather
him,
in the form of
he's got to
rain
sit
that
out
could
front.
bring
He's got to
landfall.
sit in the front.
Everything's ready?
He's got to sit right on top of him,
Christie or
you know.
Houston, and then
But that
oyster
dog
will
was
swing
whole
all
right.
day Tuesday.
Looks good.